Have you ever heard someone tell you about a problem, and then you've immediately jumped to a solution for them, only to realise later that there's probably a better way to solve that problem, and the 5W1H technique is for you? You might be surprised to learn that it's also known as the Kipling Method. That's because it's attributed to a poem by Rudyard Kipling. I know, right? He didn't just write books about jungles. In that poem, he lists 6 great questions that help you fully understand a situation before making any decisions. It's simple, yet incredibly powerful. It can be used for problem solving, planning, and making decisions, even writing a report. The questions are what, who, when, where, why, and how, which is why it's called the 5 Ws and 1 H. Systematically, asking these questions encourages you to challenge assumptions and consider all of the angles. It stops you from jumping to solutions or opinions. For example, let's say your sales have dropped by 20% over the last 3 months. Clearly, your sales team needs some training. Job done. Or we can use the Kipling method to improve our understanding. It's good to start with broad questions to open things up. What exactly is happening? Who is involved? Who is affected by this issue? What is a good starting question because it encourages the person to talk around the issue. It also focuses them on providing a clear description of the situation. Then you can start to gain a deeper understanding by asking questions that narrow your focus. When is this happening? Where is this happening? How is this problem discovered? How many times has this happened? If you're paying attention, you will know that is only 4 of the 5 W questions. I like to leave one of the W's to last. The final question is why. Some people will ask, why did it happen? But this can encourage people to start fixing symptoms of the problem rather than its cause. Probably better to use the 5 why technique to understand the cause of the problem. To better understand the problem, it can be helpful to explore your motivation for fixing it. You can ask, why does this problem need to be fixed? Why is it important to do it now? You can then use the last 2 questions again to start exploring your options. Why does it happen? How can it be solved? Depending on the situation, good questions to ask are, what happened? What prevents it from happening? What is the most important thing in the situation? Who is involved? Who is affected by this? Who is stopping you? When is it happening? When did it start? When was it discovered? When does it get worse? Where does it happen? Where else has it happened? And where can you get more information? Why is this important? Why does it need to be fixed? Why do you think it happened? How was this discovered? How many times has this happened? And how could you fix it? All of these questions are open questions. They cannot be answered with a yes or a no, so they encourage dialogue and really help you to better understand the situation. The 5W1H technique can also be used with drafting a report or an article. Asking the questions will help keep focus on who are the key characters or stakeholders, what will happen or is happening, when does it take place, where does it occur, why is it important, and how will it unfold. For me, I like that it forces me to think about the details. Asking the questions makes me think through each step and makes it less complicated. But why should you use the 5W1H technique? It's simple and easy to use. The questions can be applied to lots of different situations and can be used to understand a variety of problems. It helps you to avoid making or acting upon assumptions. It will encourage you to consider different perspectives and explore the impact on others. Asking what, who, when, where, why, and how helps you to consider the situation in a logical and well-rounded way. By having a well-defined problem, you'll be well on your way to solving it. Thank you for watching and for Optima Training who let me do this as part of my work experience. If you like my video, hit like and leave a comment. Who knows, maybe they'll let me come back and do another.